Hey there, what's up? Another day, another Zelda part in the Zelda video. We're playing Zelda. That's what we're doing. Last time we finished up the entire Akala region, which means we are now 3 regions down, fully completed. My thought for this episode. Well, I have a couple thoughts. One of my thoughts is, why don't we could go make our way towards the next location of the next divine beast. But, I mean, we've kind of been on a roll, and eventually we're going to have to go back and clear these areas anyways, right? So my thought is, before getting a whole other area, why don't we actually completely finish the 2 areas that we have right now, which means the Great Plateau and West Necluda. Getting all of Korok Seeds, all of the shrines, and then we'll unlock a new area. I think that would actually be better. My initial thought was, I'll just go through the game kind of casually, get whatever I get along the way, and then once we're done with everything, then start to crack down and try to 100% each section of the map. But if we did that, or if we had continued on like that, then we'd have this whole map opened up, with everything left to get in it. And I think that would actually make it more difficult to keep track of what's left, what needs to be finished. Whereas if we're tackling it now, just section by section, it's way easier to handle getting all the Korok Seeds, shrines, and whatever else in these sort of bite-sized chunks. It's way easier to manage when you have stuff blotted out, when you have clear dividers on everything, right? So when we unlock this place, which is the Goron area, it'll be easier because all of this, and all of this will be completely completed. So I'll be able to easily see what's left. Now I have this interactive map, right? I have the interactive map to help me also keep track, and so I can actually literally check off Korok Seeds and whatnot. But I think it will still be a little more. It'll be easier to size up each section if we just if we keep our in-game map blotted out, and then every time we reveal a section of the map, work on completing that completely. I think that'll just work out better. And then what that also will allow us to do is, by the time we do the last area with the last divine beast, by that point we will already be set up to complete the game. At that point we will already have everything and be ready to go and finish the game, and do the last section, which will be Hyrule Field, and more importantly Hyrule Castle. I think that'll be better. And then also by that point we won't have to, if we save a majority of the seeds and shrines for the very end of the game after we've completed the 4 divine beasts, then that's going to be so many parts of just collecting things. Whereas now we're actually we're exploring the areas and collecting stuff at the same time, and I think that feels better. I think that's like, it's more enjoyable for me. I feel like it's more interesting to watch, and I think it's just like a more over an overall way, a way more enjoyable experience as like me playing it, honestly. Is doing all this stuff along the way, right? Having my exploration of these maps be combined with collecting seeds and looking for shrines and whatnot. I think that just works out better. Because otherwise, I mean, if I go and I explore the maps a great deal before going and finding seeds and collecting seeds and getting shrines or unlocking shrines, then it's going to start to feel very, very repetitive very quickly, which is what I don't want, especially leading up to Tears of the Kingdom. I want this like massive task of completing this game to be an enjoyable experience, a celebration of this game before Tears of the Kingdom comes out. So I think that's good. I think that'll be a good way to handle it, to tackle it. Yeah, but before we get started on heading back all the way back to this, well, plus also, to be fair, there's a lot of DLC challenges and things like that that'll be way easier to tackle if we have a completionist level, a like a high level of completion and exploration of the map will be way easier to accomplish, just difficulty wise. And then also it'll just be we can just go straight into DLC stuff and DLC story stuff and whatnot, and do all that and have fun tackling that before finishing the game altogether, right? Instead of being bogged down by a whole slew of collection stuff to do right before doing the really interesting DLC stuff. But okay. But first things first, a new day means more amiibos to unlock. It's raining because of course it is. Gosh dang it. This freaking game and it's rain. I don't remember ever raining this much. It's crazy. Anywho, I'll see you in a bit. Holy crud, wait, look. There's freaking white bokoblins on the Great Plateau. And bows that have like alternate stats? What the crud is going on? Oh well. See you in a moment. Oh, sick. Cap of Time. According to the legend, this cap was once worn by a hero who traveled through time. A truly timeless item, perfect for kids and adults alike. Oh, that one got me a little bit. I don't know. I'm just remembering the other games every time we get one of these items. Still haven't completed any of the sets, but it's nice to have. Oh, I didn't even know this was an arm. I mean, this card is obviously supposed to be a Sheik amiibo, but Sheik's mask. A mask said to have been worn by a Sheikah who saved a time-traveling hero. Made from the finest of Sheikah stealth fabrics. It is the final word in undercover gear. Interesting. I mean, stealth up. I bet it's probably just going to be like the Sheikah set of clothing, except obviously geared more towards being chic, which is sick, honestly. That's pretty cool. Hero of Time saved her too. You know, let's throw that out there, alright? Oh dang. Oh, we just got all the caps. Oh, I love how it's you could tell it's probably it's like washed out. It's like more washed out, desaturated. That's funny. According to legend, this cap was once worn by a hero who battled the monsters of Twilight. For one reason or another, it seems to smell of some beast. That's awesome. That's sick. Awesome. I think I have all of them now, right? Yeah, I do. Nice. Okay, this is the last one we needed. Oh, it's specifically cold resistance, not... No, electricity is Vom Meadow, I think it is. No, this is Vom Meadow. The camel, whichever one the camel is. In the desert. Vom Meadow, Divine Helm. A treasured gift to the one who controls Divine Beast Vom Meadow. It endows its user with enhanced abilities. Awesome. Okay, we got all the Divine Beast helms. Not bad. Oh, there we go. Now I only need one more. Cap of the Wind. Yeah, it would be interesting if they actually made it look more... well, I mean, this game's kind of cel-shaded too, right? If they made it look cel-shaded in the way that Wind Waker is. According to the legend, this cap was treasured by a hero who traveled the Great Sea. It flaps quite serenely in a soft sea breeze. That's awesome. Now we just need the pants for that one. Oh my gosh, there it is, yeah. Trousers of the Wind. They're water resistant, naturally. Man, I hope the different tunics also provide special unique abilities. I don't think they're going to, though, because they don't have inherent abilities already. Could be wrong, though. Sword. Not any kind of sword, just sword. A sword once wielded by a hero in an ancient age. When grasped, a strange sense of nostalgia washes over you. Take it when going alone would otherwise be dangerous. Man, that's good. That's really good. You gotta take sword. This was the, clearly supposed to be the Link from the very first Zelda game amiibo, because this card is like in a 8-bit style. I mean, look at it. It looks pretty freaking slick. I like how shiny it is. I mean, yeah, it's just a sword. Awesome. Okay, so apparently all of the tunics, all of the gem circlets, and the ancient helmets all take star fragments to finish upgrading all the way. Star fragments which we have either gotten randomly in chests or have barely found at all through any other means, which I think is wild. That they all take like some of the rarest things in the game. Man, I hope that the tunics better give you some sort of buff when you have a full set and you level them up more, because like otherwise, because like they're not going to even have that much defense. They're going to have about as much defense as like the Hylian set, right? Which is strange. I thought I upgraded this to level 2. What do I need to upgrade this to level 2? Probably something rare. I should check on that. I'm going to check on that. I'm going to check on that. I'm gonna find a loadout that I like and dye it a specific color. and then I'll catch you again here in a little bit. See you in a moment. Okay. With the power of tie-dye and a Mountain Dew at my side, it's time to get cracking on some seeds. I need these Koroks to give me their seed. It is the only way. Oh, criminy. Oh, jeez. Okay, now for this section, this little tiny section of the map, there are actually a lot of Korok seeds. Maybe I'll stop at the river? Maybe I'll stop at the river, yeah. But there's still a bunch of Korok seeds here. There's actually going to be more shrines on this too, but they're DLC shrines that don't pop up yet. In fact, I'm not sure exactly when they pop up, to be completely fair. I also saw where the Rito place is that we will be attempting to make our way to after we complete Necluda and the Great Plateau. It is all the way up here. It's actually not, we don't have a direct link from any other section to get there, but we'll probably just start here, walk straight across, and then get that. It's going to be another very small section. We're getting all the smallest sections out of the way first. Granted, this is like the largest section, and this is just Gerudo Desert, which means it's, you know, it's a giant desert. Not that there's nothing in it, just it's maybe a little bit more lacking than one might assume. There's one like right here. Now all of these seeds should be fairly simple to get, but we'll see. We'll go with these woods first. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is the loadout that I think I'm gonna be sticking with the foreseeable future. So I dyed it all white to go with the hair. I could have dyed it a blue color that was close to the cap, but it was just slightly off, which was gonna be irksome. That was gonna be a little bit bothersome. But now with a strange demon Link with Pharaoh's Deity Mask and the original sword from the very first game, which is just funny. I'm gonna have to, I found out there's not like a super great way to farm star fragments. It's kind of just sit up on a hill for like 5 to 10 minutes. Like a tall set place in the center of the map and see where a star falls. That's kind of just all there is to it. But that's fine. I'll cross that road when I get there, and maybe when I'm not recording and I'm just either like talking to friends or watching a video or whatever, I can just sit around and do that. Cause I would like to be able to upgrade all the gear that we get up to the highest it can get to. Easier said than done, obviously, because that's a tall order. And again, my completionist rating is not filling out the compendium. I'm doing it to see how much I can get, but I'm not intending on completing the compendium or upgrading everything for sure. I just want to see how far I can take both of those things. And hey, sometimes I get a wild hair, and I decide that it's time to completely 100% every aspect of a game. Like I did that with God of War Ragnarok. I mean, I was really enjoying the game. Don't get me wrong. I think it has its problems, some gameplay problems, but I mean, it's an amazing game. It's extremely high quality, amazing game. I feel it's like even when I was getting like in the process of 100%ing the game, I kind of was like getting the feeling of like this isn't exactly super worth it. Like this isn't the most enjoyable process, but I still felt compelled to do so simply because I just enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the game that much that I was just kind of like, you know, I just want more of it. Even if more of it's not that great right now, I just kind of want to do it. I don't even know if it was because I enjoyed the game. Sometimes I just sit down and 100% a game for no reason. I kind of did that with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I didn't do the post-game stuff yet. I kind of don't want to do the post-game stuff. The post-game is where I think that game. Well, I mean, I didn't really like Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I think it's extremely okay. I think it is a good, well-made. Would I even say good? It's an okay game. It is a perfectly fine. It's very polished. I like the idea of like taking Kirby in that new direction. I like that. I don't think they did anything with it, which is a huge shame. It felt like very standard Kirby with little to no new things. The new mechanic was just a replacement of powers. The mouthful mode, all it did was replace powers that have existed in Kirby for decades. So like, but they like, you know, they tried to make it seem like this new shiny new thing. Am I losing my mind? Is this a Korok that's like skating over the water, or no? This is just ice water, or is the water just sparkling? No, the water's just sparkling because I think of the snow. Okay. There should be a Korok seed around here, but I don't know. Don't know where it is exactly. Oh, it's not down here. It's... There's two different ledges. It's up here. I'm a little dull, you know. Hello? Oh man, it's ice cold and it's raining. That'd be super bad. I'm gonna die. It's supposed to be right here. It's weird. I don't see a sign of anything. Unless there's a cave to get into? Is there like a destructible wall that I'm not seeing? Huh, I might actually have to, it's been a while, I might actually have to just have the guide point this one out to me. One sec. Oh. Oh, I see. It is in a cave. It's in the Pool of Resurrection. I understand. I don't know why I didn't piece that together. But yeah, what was I saying? I was talking about Kirby. Why was I talking about Kirby Forgotten Land? Oh yeah, I 100%ing stuff. Yeah, I did 100% that game though. At least like the base game for the first time through. But then I wasn't compelled to do anything past that, right? Which is another example of, like, I don't know, I arbitrarily decided to get all the completionist stuff in all the levels, complete all the challenges and whatnot. They didn't really add to the experience, but also, if I didn't do that stuff, I would have blown through the whole game, because you don't even have to fight enemies in that game. You don't have to fight enemies. You don't have to confront obstacles. Even in its transition to 3D, Kirby and the Forgotten Land still shows a core sort of problem that a lot of Kirby, like pretty much all the Kirby games have, which is you can bypass most obstacles just by floating endlessly. Kirby and the Forgotten Land doesn't even let you float that high, and yet it's still a problem. It's like there's no platforming because you just hover over everything. Which, oddly enough, is not a problem that like Super Mario Sunshine has. I know people always say, like, oh yeah, they gave you like a jetpack to hover in the platforming game. What were they thinking? But it's like, yeah, but you still have to utilize it. It's not an infinite hover. In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, the floating isn't infinite, but it might as well be. It's extremely like it honestly might as well be infinite. It feels like it is. It feels like it gives you just enough to where it would never be a problem. Which is a huge shame, you know? I just don't know. A lot of very strange design philosophies with that game. All that which to say, I mean, like, good or bad, sometimes I just feel like completing something. Sometimes it gives me the serotonin, you know? Makes my brain feel good to, like, see a full checklist of things completely finished. And sometimes it really doesn't. No real reason for it. Sorry, guys. That seemed, I'm just coming back to this place and just bullying. I'm just bullying these poor guys at this point. They don't deserve this. They didn't ask for this. Imagine any of this stuff having anything particularly useful, but I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. Okay, now there's supposed to be Korok somewhere around here. Oh, is it underneath here? Bet it's underneath here, huh? Even is this spot? I don't think I ever actually walked over here. Yeah, I mean, even the Great Plateau is extremely extensive. Oh, I got this Korok seed already. Really? Oh, you sure? I mean, I must have, right? It was a words. It was a block puzzle. Huh? Weird. Okay, well then where else are we? You know, I think we'll jump away. I mean, you've seen me explore the Great Plateau before, so I think we'll be jumping around a little bit. I'll see you when I get to the next Korok seed. I'm getting a shrine pickup? Is there a shrine like right outside of the limits here, or? Oh yeah, there's one right there. I mean, I gots to get me some shrine. Oh, there's a Hinox here too. What is Dig Dog Suspension Bridge? Oh, ow. What is this section? Oh, this is technically Hyrule. Well, I don't know why they. This is like as bad as some gerrymandering stuff. The freaking Hyrule, the Hylians were like, oh no, here, just give us. We need this liver. We need this lake. You got to give us that part too. I mean, yeah, I wanna make this accurate, right? So I'll ping him. There we go. Delete, and then enemy. This is just like a normal blue Hinox here. What do we got? You know, I mean, with a mighty Lionel Spear charge up, I bet you. Oh, hold on, let's actually put our setup here. Get some. Actually, you know what? I can't do level 3 beef up, but oh my gosh, him getting up freaking annihilates me. What the crud? Oh man, look. This used to be a good meal. Even the small kind. Oh man, oh no, I'm running in. This is the same issue that I ran into my first playthrough, is meals when it says 5, it'll just say like 5 and then some hearts. Not complete, like not being like a full heal anymore. Even that one wasn't. Brutal. Where am I? Oh. We'll just, why did he do that? Left himself wide open. Ah, didn't even give me any guts. Hey, where did the, he had a... He had a halberd on him. Weird. A royal bow, though? I mean, that's actually really good. For being a low-level Hinox, that's a pretty good job, to be completely honest. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Replacing all my Lazal bows with royal bows now, which is pretty good. Oh wait, there's a shrine. Totally forgot that's why I dropped down here to begin with. Da Casa. I mean, the game is designed that you can go any direction first, but there's for sure areas that I would imagine are way hard. Like, I think if you went to Gerudo Desert first, I feel like you'd have to be struggling, right? Like, that's got to be brutal. Minor test of strength. Okay. I mean, it's gonna be pretty easy, right? Whoa! Just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna... That's efficient. I mean, here's the thing. Normally, I like to just use up the weakest weapons first, but if you can basically one-shot a guy with like 2 hits of a good weapon, well, I don't know, why not, right? Yeah, that was nasty. Oh, I've still got my attack. Like, I'm still going full attack boost though. Here, I'll Oh, also, nice thing, I was able to upgrade this circlet, which this is only from a fashion perspective, is nice because this looks a lot nicer than this. This looks goofy. This looks slick. Looks neat. Looks Greek. Which is nicer. Oh, whoops. It's simply nicer. Are there any special pants that give me anything that would be nice to have? No. I probably should have dyed this white, but that's fine. I like the greaves, to be fair. I feel like the greaves just kind of go with anything, just gray. If you make them white and gray, they just kind of go with anything. Oh, that's always useful. Oh, what was this one? The Dig Dog suspension bridge, yeah. That was a Mach 2 Guardian? Well, I guess the Mach 1 ones would be like the ones that they throw as the normal enemies at you sometimes. I like how you can also just go the entire duration of the game without sleeping or resting anywhere. Because like when you stay at the fireplaces, it says you're waiting, right? It doesn't even say you're resting. Which I like to think it's like, it's that kind of thing. At the end of the whole game, Link would look at Zelda and joke. She'd be like, why haven't you slept? Like, what would possess you to just go, like, keep going and going without stopping? He's like, well, I was asleep for 100 years. I got plenty of rest. I can stay awake for like a month or 2. It would be really interesting if at the end of the game they actually told you how many days you spent journeying too, you know? How long your journey took. Cuz like right now we have the Hero's Path mode, which very interesting. Also very useful because it shows you where you've gone, which means it's really easy to see where you haven't gone in case you feel like you're missing something in an area or you want to make sure you want to do a more thorough look of an area. Slash. Stab. Ya-da-da. Oh. Is this really what I'm supposed to do? Man, if I fall in that water, I'm gonna freeze to death immediately. I mean, that's ice water no matter how you cut it, right? What if I just send myself into the deep end? No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. Okay, let's see here. How am I supposed to... Oi. You're gonna die, Link. Link, where are you going? I used Mipha's grace on drowning in water? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I refuse. I refuse this. Where was he swimming? He was swimming in, like, not the right direction. I would say it was, in fact, the incorrect direction, even. I would go as far as to say that. And I don't care who knows it. Oh, white one. Remember, everybody, when you see a white one, you gotta kill that guy. They've stolen all the gems. Excuse me, buddy, I'm gonna hit you with one of these. And then I'm gonna hit you with one of these. Oh, he's got a dragon bone club up here too. That's messed up. Unless there were white ones up here. No, I think it's like depending on what gear you have, they start to throw higher level dudes at you. Alright, so here's a dilemma. I don't understand. Whoa, wait a minute. I do understand. This is a puzzle. I'm sorry, I'm not used to these being very, like, much more, like, thought-provoking than, where's the rock? Where's the rock? You gotta pick up that rock now. I think what I gotta do is, I think I gotta lift up this log. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this is totally it. Oh, this is actually really interesting. Is it close enough? Oh, hold on. Yeah, let's just cover my bases here. I just don't know why you can't, like, grab the thing when you're, Interesting. Yeah, that was like, oddly enough, one of the most unique ones. Hey, if you're gonna have 1,000,000 of those next time, you know, that's fine. Make them that interesting. Make me not know. Make me unsure of how to deal with it when I find it. Because, like, sometimes it'll be like, oh, there's a ring of rocks. What do I do? But it's like, okay, you just go find a rock. There's gonna be a rock somewhere. You go find it. That's it. That's all. That's all there is to it, really, right? Like, nothing that crazy. Hold on. No, okay, there's rocks down here. I was like, do I gotta throw a rock from up there down here and hope it lands? No, that would be silly. Oh, there's 1,000,000 rocks over here, too. Yeah, I mean, there were some things where I was like, I'm gonna have to come back to this some other time, or I would just forget about it completely. Neat. Now we're going back. We're going back, we'll go in the opposite direction. I looked at my Skype call and one of my friends just said drugs. And I said, hard ones? He was like, nah, this is easy. This stuff's easy. Oh, okay. Good to know. Whatever keeps you going, I suppose. I wonder if they'll change the controls at all, too. Again, I'm very curious how different the next game really is gonna be. Your sword is badly damaged. It's so funny, it's just called sword. Well, sword's dead, but I didn't expect it to last super long, so... Oh. Oh. I was like, oh, really interesting terrain. What could possibly be the solution to this? Who would have guessed? Not me. Okay. It's gonna be for that one up there. There's gonna be one right here, and then one like right here-ish. Okay. Should have just completed the Great Plateau when I started the game. Sliding is weird, because sometimes you don't slide off right away, and then you like readjust, and then you do slide off right away next time. Climb the wall here. I think the best thing that could happen with Tears of the Kingdom, I know I talk about it a lot, but I mean, that's kind of the whole... It's getting closer. I'm on the last game of this series before the game, like before the new game, and the new game is literally only like a couple months away at this point. Like it's getting closer with each new part of this. I think the best scenario for the new game would be for it to be something that's completely different from anything that anybody's expecting, to be completely different from this game. Maybe even to be completely different from what anybody thinks they want of the next game, right? Because like every time Nintendo has done that with any of their series, it's led to arguably some of their best games, some of their best work, is when they just do something that you don't, that nobody thought about and nobody expected. I mean, like, Pikmin as a series never ceases to amaze me, because it's like, that's a series, right, that literally most people don't want. It has a like hardcore fan base. I'm one of them. I freaking love that stuff, man. I love those games. But gosh, does they do not sell amazing compared to most other things. But there's some of the most interesting games though, right? There we go. No. One of the most interesting series, though. When people are sitting around waiting to see anything on Metroid Prime 4, they announce that they have revived Metroid Dread. Like that kind of stuff, that kind of crazy nonsense stuff, where it's like you did the thing that nobody thought and nobody knew. That either nobody knew they wanted, nobody thought of, nobody said they wanted, nobody would ever think they would want, and you do it anyways. And that's some of the most interesting stuff, you know? Time and time again. Let's see where we're going now. We're going like in here? Sure. Doink. Yeah. And then even look within the Zelda. Oh, dang, the green birds. Those are actually. Those got to be some of the few animals I haven't got a picture of yet. Well, granted, there are some biomes we haven't even been to yet that probably have a lot of animals, like a lot of animals we haven't seen. What does our compendium actually look like? Some pages are pretty full. Animals are pretty well off. Monsters are empty as heck. Super empty. Really? There's this many enemies still? There must be a lot more enemies than I'm thinking of. Well, a lot of the... Huh. Oh, almost have everything as far as materials go. Although these materials basically mean plants and food and stuff. Plants almost done. Oh, a lot of missing weapons. Really? Well, you know, a lot of the time I end up picking up weapons that don't... Without them being on the floor, I end up just getting them from chests and stuff. A lot of weapons. Oh, there's this many weapons. Oh, I guess there's a lot of different types of weapons, and then, yeah, because there's a lot of different categories. Okay, interesting. Got all this. Go me. Yeah, I guess with equipment, it's like, well, there's swords, spears, great swords, rods, bows, and then shields, right? So like oh, extra durability? Heck yeah. Sorry, buddy. This is like rude. Just like, oh my gosh, that was so. I think the move of dropping a bomb behind me so I could go pick up his weapon, but then throwing a bomb at him when he's about to go pick up a weapon. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. The stuff you can do in this game. I mean, like, that fight took forever, right? But gosh dang it, it was entertaining. That's all that kind of matters. Enemies are really spongy in this game. They're gonna throw in some new enemies. There's some like flying guys that kind of look like the that we saw in Tears of the Kingdom. That kind of look like the one-eyed flying like demon bat enemies from Final Fantasy. which is interesting. Yeah, I'm hoping there's a lot of new enemies, but the old man's diary. Oh, Link, bit by bit, you may come to realize who I am. I'm sorry for not revealing my true identity to you sooner. The truth is, after you awoke from the long slumber of restoration, I did not know how to tell you all there was to say. Perhaps deceiving you was not the right thing to do. Still, you must admit, I have put on a great performance. But all joking aside, what I ask of you is of the utmost importance, dear hero. I implore you with all my heart, defeat Calamity Ganon and save my precious daughter Zelda. I understand that this is no simple task. I'm asking you, but I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you can do it. I do not doubt it for a moment. I see courage in your eyes, just as I did 100 years ago. I believe in you, Link. I mean, yeah, we haven't even seen flashbacks that have King Roam in them, you know? Oh. Was that diary there the first time we passed through? Did I already read that? I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, and then there's a lot of returning enemies, but they look different. They have like malice. They're all juiced up with malice now, which is frightening. And then, so I just hope there's a lot of new enemies for sure. Oh, but the original thought that I was having was, so if you look at if you look at if you look at the like all of the Zelda games, right? Oh my gosh. These guys do some crazy damage. It's ridiculous. I guess I'm not wearing like my best stuff, to be fair, but still. What the crap? Ooh. Big crit. I can't carry anymore? Oh. Still got this thing. Well, it's about to break, so. Woof. look at the Zelda games themselves, every time they do something that nobody expected or nobody necessarily wanted, what did they want after Ocarina of Time? They wanted more Ocarina of Time. So Nintendo does Majora's Mask, which is really not more Ocarina. It's like it is more Ocarina of Time a little bit. There's like portions of it, like the dungeons and stuff. And then it's also just not Ocarina of Time at all. It's like almost not even like anything like any Zelda game up till that point at all. Like, is it even a Zelda game at all? I don't know. Kind of doesn't feel like it. I don't think you'd be wrong for questioning how much of a Zelda game it is, you know? I think this one is one that's beneath this, not on it. Yeah, here we go. Yoink. Neat. You could probably have tried to climb down this safely at the beginning of the game, right? Without if it started raining and you went to the ledge and just let it slide you all the way down off of it, it would still use stamina. I don't know. Well, with that was the last Korok seed. Oh, not the last one. Right, now we got all these ones. The divide. Okay, we got one right like here. One right here. That seems to be right here. Then one up this way, somewhere around here. Yeah, alright, well, I guess we're heading that way now. Yeah, you want more Ocarina of Time, they give you Majora's Mask, one of the most unique Zelda game, one of the most unique, like, a unique just gaming experience in general, especially for that time. Like, that kind of game at that time, I don't know, I mean, I don't have, like, a complete wealth of knowledge of all games that have ever existed, but that one seems pretty far out there. I know you've used this face before. Isn't Master Koga just so dreamy? I could stare at that poochy tummy of his all day long. He's got a really dumb belly. A dumb belly? You filth. You have no appreciation for true beauty. If I agreed with you, you'd still try to kill me. Also, man, you look kind of peaked. Oh! Why can't you guys let me live? What if you could run into one of those guys, the moment you leave the Great Plateau? That would be, like, super confusing, no? You would never want to talk to another NPC again. I wish some of they would occasionally get a little more intense than just one try trying to kill you. Or what one guy trying to kill you. Oh. Oh. There's one of these this early on? Are you telling me I just happened to miss these every step of the way they were available? That's strange. Yeah, you have Majora's Mask, which I mean is some people's favorite Zelda game too. And then you have and then what did people want after that? They wanted a hyper serious, realistic, gritty Zelda game that was like oozing with realism, and with it on the GameCube. And then what did we get? We got the best Zelda game out of all of them, objectively, which is Wind Waker. Wind Waker, objectively the best Zelda game. I feel like it's hard to refute it, although, I mean, it'd be a hard debate because they're all pretty much really good, like well-made games. They all have their merits, right? As we've gone over. But that's not the Zelda game people wanted. People hated that when it came out. But now people look back on it, it's one of the best ones, period. Heck, I mean, I don't know what people are talking about. I don't know why people hated it, to be honest. Have a bunch of freaking edgelords sitting here like, why isn't my video game hyper serious and bloody and like, why isn't it oozing with realism? It's like, dude, for Pete's sake, man, just... Oh, I didn't mark that one off. There we go. Like, just chill out, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This is technically. I mean, at this point in this day and age, not so much so, but it's arguably a lot of the stuff is for kids, especially Nintendo stuff. They've opened up. I think they acknowledge in their, especially in their advertising, they've all but acknowledged at this point that their core audience are people who used to be the kids that were really into this stuff and then are still like this stuff to this day. I feel like sometimes though, you know how there's like Disney adults and people are really like find Disney adults really disconcerting. I feel like Nintendo adults are kind of a thing sometimes. It feels like, where it's like there's a group of people so dedicated to Nintendo that they truly believe Nintendo will do no wrong, even though, you know, it's like Nintendo at the end of the day is a company that wants your money, and as much as I like Nintendo and all the stuff that they do and have, you gotta be able to admit that much at least, you know? I feel like the only way to be able to, as an individual, healthily consume anything from any of these companies is to acknowledge that they are a company, they want your money. At the end of the day, wanting your money is probably the primary objective. I like to think that Nintendo is still just trying to make a good, meaningful like game experiences and stories, and you know, meaningful stories with their characters. I like to think that that's, you know, still like maybe their top priority, or at least maybe number 2 next to getting money. But, you know, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to feel that with certain decisions. Because at the end of the day, if something doesn't, if a series doesn't sell well, regardless of whether it's the series' fault or the IP's fault or the way they handled it, the way the IP was handled to begin with, you know, it's those things will disappear and never be spoken of again. There we go. Hello, you looking for someone to chat with? What are you doing? Just patrolling. This bridge is an important route. I really keep busy by making sure monsters don't nest here. We're chasing them off the bridge and stuff. Well, there you go. I hope you I hope you're careful, because I think I've made harder enemies start to spawn all around the world, and I mean they still almost one-shot me sometimes. So, you know, just be careful. Okay, well clearly that's a Korok thing, but I'm keeping my eye on the prize, keeping my eye on the mission. Finishing the Great Plateau first, which means there's one right along here somewhere, and there's one right here, and then we'll go over to West Necluda. Should I go swimming? The current could take me. Maybe I'll snag these two on the way, right? Might as well. Haven't worn the Zora armor in a while. Well, that's what it's for. Oh, there's a wooden chest. See, I appreciate that it doesn't use as much stamina, but look how it just feels so much slower than just letting yourself swim. I don't know. So that's one, and then this one is just... Now look at this. This is a Korok as well. Normally, Koroks that are hidden by rocks are pretty, like, obvious to spot. Oh, we got Koroks that are, like, made out of different woods. I just kind of, like, realized that. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. But, like, that rock just looked like a normal rock just sitting there. And it's like, okay, if you're just gonna hide Korok seeds, maybe what should have tipped me off was that it was not by itself. I guess rocks that are hiding Koroks are usually, like, singular. They're usually completely by themselves, I suppose. Still, though, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I'll pick up all the rocks along the way, since there are so many along this river. Whoa. Have I been there yet? I don't know. That's cool. It's a massive tree. Oh, you can see, like, yeah, it, like, twisted and all the roots started coming up. All the roots were, like, growing out of it. Was this a Deku tree at some point? It's crazy. What would have happened to it, though? Oh. Oh, there's a memory up here? Okay. Cool. I mean, let me get my thing going. There's a Korok to get here somewhere. Oh, behind these. You know, I wasn't expecting to get a memory, but sure. Which one's this one, I wonder? Given where we are, is this gonna be like the really heavy memory? No, no, no. I think this is when they're just journeying. Oh, this one's gonna be pretty good then.
I doubt this will let up anytime soon. Your path seems to mirror your father's. You've dedicated yourself to becoming a knight as well. Your commitment to the training necessary to fulfill your goal is really quite admirable. I see now why you would be the chosen one. What if one day you realized that you just weren't meant to be a fighter? Yet the only thing people ever said was that you were born into a family of the Royal Guard, and so no matter what you thought, you had to become a knight. If that was the only thing you were ever told, I wonder then, would you have chosen a different path?
Very interesting. It's such a short little scene. You know, it also highlights something that I think is interesting. Obviously, from a storytelling perspective, the people who, like the writers for this game, are the ones who decided, like, what the memories were going to be, what they were going to do, what they were going to say about the characters that were alive 100 years ago, right? But I do think it's interesting that bye, gang. Oh, they don't die. The skulls don't die. They just drift down into the bottom of the ocean. That's brutal. I like to think, though, that in a way you could interpret the memories that you get throughout the game as the things that, like, because Link, having lost his memory, right? You could argue that the fact that he's able to, even though he lost his memory, he's able to remember these specific memories. These must all be memories that are valuable to him, or that were valuable to him, or that were formative to him. Okay, so I see what the block formation's supposed to look like, but where's the block formation? Oh. Well, this isn't what I was looking for, but I'll take it. Yeah. Oh, they're freaking bits. The bits are falling down the waterfall. That's funny. You know what? Should have stuck with the sword gear. The Blood Moon? Crud. Where is... Yeah, where's the block formation that goes to? Very confusing. Well, let's let this pass really quick. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a cool way to look at that scene, or to look at all the scenes as being like, these are Link's most like valuable memories of these people. outside of them just like being what the writers thought would be important to have as scenes. And then I think as far as that scene goes, it's very short, very brief, but it's cool. It's like really cool. Oh yeah, because this is the Great Bridge of the Bridge of Eldon, I believe. Yeah, and this is Lake Hylia in this game, because Zora's Domain is in a different location altogether. So they didn't make the Zoras attached to Lake Hylia. This is Lake Hylia though, down here. And apparently that's Farosh, who we actually need horns of to upgrade the Champion's Tunic. You know, I might make that the next thing we do. Let's get some freaking horns from Farosh. I think that sounds like a plan. And then go upgrade our Champion's Tunic, get a nice freaking leveled up chest piece, maybe. It'll be the highest defense thing that we have. Dang, is this would this part on top of the bridge be the best place to get him? I wonder. Is this him going back down into the water? Oh, then he goes back up. Where all does he go? Well, it's hard to tell because we don't have Oh. Expertly tossed. Jeez. Where all does he come from? I hit him in the neck? How'd I hit him in the neck? I aim so high. I guess maybe he's like way further away than he looks. Dang, well we can camp this bridge though. There we go. We can also get the shrine here so we can always come back easily. Because I don't know when we're actually going to do this section of the map, but... We've strayed way far from where I was originally going to go, but I mean, I found Farosh finally. I always knew he was at Lake Hylia, but I didn't know that like Lake Hylia was just over here. Pretty weak enemies around. I guess you could have probably gone here first as well, huh? What there's also another Korok. Around this part? Maybe down? I might want to get me this shrine over here, though. To be fair. Oh, those are ducks. Oh, that's a Zora. It's a person I can speak to. Hello. Good morning. What lovely weather we're having. What are you doing? I'm catching fish. They'll sell in no time flat at the general store at Zora's Domain. Oh, do you work for the general store? That's cool. That's an interesting detail. My, yes, we're pretty far away right now. But there were a lot of rare fish to catch, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Oh.
Well, have fun. I feel like running into more people in this world should be like a. Oh my gosh, I forgot to pick up the actual thing that I picked up from Faroche. This is gonna be, I think, ultimately faster, and also it's going to conserve. Gosh, dang it! Well, it's not gonna be faster that way. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go pick that up, and then I'm gonna go back and get that shrine over there. I probably should have unlocked the shrine so I could just teleport back to it, but I don't think these things out. My tunnel vision, which makes doing anything in this game quite a challenge. So I'll see you when I stop being so challenged. Also, there's a Korok seed right here, and I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. You can't stop me. See? You couldn't get here fast enough. Not even if you tried. You can actually make the fish run up, swim up onto shore, and then they freaking, then they start flopping around. So you just catch them super easily. That's funny. Oh, here we go. Ya Naga. A dangerous word. although a Naga is like a snake person, right? Like a snake lady. I feel really uncomfortable saying that word. I know it's not anything bad. It's like 2 steps from being something not great, you know? Shatter the heavens. Oh. You don't say. I will shatter the heavens. Do I do so with a bomb? Hold on, I have an idea. So that gets it all the way up there, but it doesn't get it. Crud. I meant to switch to a different bomb. I like that little moment between Zelda and Link, though. That's obviously clearly a part where they had become comfortable with each other. It's funny, we haven't seen any of the parts where they were at odds with each other, though. Nice. So it'll be funny because we were seeing all this stuff where they're like very close. They already seem pretty close, and then we're gonna have to after like retroactively watch her be really like annoyed with him. Oh, was I supposed to fly on top of that? I can do it. I can fly. Oh. Nah, it didn't quite work. Okay, so so there's a couple interesting things about that scene though. First off, Link having family is very rare. And specifically, the Eightfold Blade. How much attack was it? Oh, 26. Yeah, I'll take that. That's cool. And this is freaking almost busted anyways. Because I wanted to see what the charge attack for this is, because the other Sheikah weapon, the freaking katana, has a different charge attack. Seems to just be a standard spin attack, unless I'm mistaken. No, yeah. Standard spin attack. Weird. Just the katana has like a special charge attack. Which is fine because it's really cool. But yeah, but like mentioning like direct family, in that Link had a father, and and we like know something about Link's direct family. It's a very rare sort of thing for a Link to have. But it's cool to like hear that like yeah, his knight, I mean his dad was a part of the royal. Was he a head of the guard, or was he just a knight? Of the royal family. But it's really cool, and then Link, the fact that Link is following in his footsteps, like adds a lot of. It's an interesting kind of an interesting detail for Link. This is not a Link that was like. Link was not just some random kid who decided to pick up a sword and become amazing at it someday. He was very specifically came from a line of knights. He's following in his father's footsteps, which is cool. But then Zelda throwing in that hypothetical that just got that just sort of became more specific the more she explained it. It is, you know, it is sad what she went through, and also just that idea of if you were told that you were going to be one thing your entire life, would you have chosen this? You dirtbag. We got ducks. Oh, I think there's a coax seat over here. I'm not just wandering about aimlessly. I wouldn't, you know, if I was, don't be surprised. That's usually what I'm doing. But I had a reason this time. Okay. Like, yeah, if you were told you were supposed to be something, or you were to be something your entire life, would you have even chosen this? Like, even if you wanted to, even, like, you know, it's almost like, even if you wanted to be this, would you have still chosen this? If you didn't have a choice? It's a very somber moment, and it highlights the fact that, like, it highlights the weight of being one of these two characters, you know? Because I mean that's even a good question in regards to Link. Like, okay, what if Link didn't want to be a chosen one? What if Link wasn't motivated to be a knight or be a hero or go adventuring? Or what if he wanted something else for his life, you know? It'd be like, what if Link from Twilight Princess just wanted to just really did just want to be a goat farmer, you know, or a delivery man between Ordon Village and the rest of Hyrule. What if Link from Wind Waker didn't want to be the one to have to go save his sister? What if he wanted to leave that into the hands of other people? You know, it's kind of questions that at first seem like, oh, well, are you saying like that'd be very unheroic? But it's like, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, what if one of these links was just not a heroic guy? That's not even a problem. That's not even a bad thing. Most of the time, they're kids. Like, Link from Ocarina of Time was a kid. And again, I mean, it sort of feels like an Ocarina of Time when the adventure starts. He's a kid who's being told you have a great, important destiny ahead of you, you know? You have to journey out and go on an adventure. And it's like, okay, that's, yeah, from a kid's perspective. Oh, adventures. I've heard of adventures before. That sounds great. But when in reality, he lost his whole childhood. He lost his whole childhood. Lost family, friends, a home. The fact that that guy did that much damage with a basic wooden bow. Come on, man. It's messed up. Whoa. What could I use? Could use some defense. That guy's running back up? That scumbag. Ooh, crit up? Don't mind if I do. Poor buddy. Okay, now still haven't figured out. There's that Korok thing over there. But there's also... Hold on, I'm gonna need my climbing gear. But yeah, I mean, so like, to be a Link or to be a Zelda is not a... It's not a, Oof. I got it just before the rain. Jeez. It's not an easy path, and it's not a fair path by like any means. To be a Zelda means to dedicate your entire life to the eradication of evil, which doesn't sound fun to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. That sounds like a extremely stressful and harrowing task. Is that another chest? Oh, there's the other thing. How did I not spot that before? I feel like I must have passed that a billion times. Oh. Oh well. What does this block need to be? Looks like a little dog almost. No. Oh no, I need to take it across. Oh man, this is pretty deep. Ugh. This one's a little more extensive. No. No. Why you slide around that much? Yeah, I do have to take this one over here, cause this is the one that doesn't look like the other one. This one's missing a block from the other one. How do I get you up though? Do I gotta take you all the way around? Dang, okay. This is a lot for one Korok seed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take him all the way around and then across the across the water. Y'all, and then obviously Zelda had other interests, but also Zelda had other interests and like career choices aside, or like life choices aside. Zelda also just was a kid who wanted to have a life at all, right? Like it's not unreasonable. And then not to mention, whether because of her disdain towards her task, her emotional state, or anything else, whatever caused her to be so unconnected or disconnected from her goddess, from her sacred powers, and from the goddess blood that she holds, whatever caused her to be so disconnected from all that, right? Why can't I? That's not really that far. That's not really that far away, though, right? Is it? like we can. Why did they do this? Why did they make this like this? Unless I'm being dumb. Unless I'm being dumb and I wasn't supposed to be taking it around here like this. But I don't see... I don't really see what choice I had. My night bow broke trying to shoot this thing. And it for sure didn't work. Why does it look like it's... Did it sink even deeper? How deep is this lake? This is crazy. Ow, my eyes. Waking up here gets harder every day. It's a lot to endlessly. You say the things you always used to say. There will be. I got distracted. I'm chasing a dragon. I want them horns. I wish I had a phoenix bow. Oh, I hit him. I'm gonna get a fang. Crud. I mean, it's still a thing that I'll need at some point eventually, presumably, but it's not what I wanted. Alright, gang. We're back and we're playing the feud. The water's shallow right at the waterfall, so I'm gonna push this thing along by doing this. You know, if this isn't the proper way, if there was like an easier way to get it across and up on top of the thing, you know, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Don't slide. Don't do it, man. I'm just gonna leave you there. I'm gonna leave you there for now. I'm gonna leave you there and I'm gonna put you right where you need to go. Oh, got it. Okay, You don't make them like that extensive, because all I'm getting is one Korok seed from that. You know what I mean? Like you don't gotta do it like that. For Pete's sake. Criminy. Okay, where are we going now? I guess we're going back. What we do here is go back. Yeah, I guess we're gonna start here, and then we're gonna go across and start working on Necluda. Necluda, which, holy crud, is going to have a million. Mr. Freeman, wake up. Joe Biden, wake up. A lot. Oh wait, Daya Village Ruins is right here. Guess a bit of a spoiler, don't have this area unlocked or anything like that, but I know that some notes we need are that way, along with a million other things. And I think actually that's probably what we're going to call it for now. I think we've hit a pretty decent length there, and we did the entire Great Plateau and then some. I found the dragon, so probably what I'm going to do off screen, I'm gonna get the 2 dragon horns I need from Faroche, and then I'm gonna upgrade the champion's tunic again. Until then, though, if you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a dislike, like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. You can hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get notified of more things to come in the future. Uploads daily, presumably, depending on how my life outside of playing this video game is going. It depends. Anyways, until next time, don't forget to be kind, always. Don't be afraid to change your mind. See you next time. And then probably some just final thoughts on that scene as we sit here on the outro screen. Where is the album? Right, so this was us being knighted. Don't have these yet. I think these are in order of, these are in order of when these memories happened as well. So we have a memory from the very beginning, a memory of the 2 memories of the very end, and then we have 2 in the middle now, 1 towards the end. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, they really did just paint this tragic picture of Zelda in this game, but it's not unique to Zelda in this game, really, you know? It kind of extends out to Tetra a little bit. It's kind of what kind of feels sad about Tetra's situation in Wind Waker, because Tetra is a pirate, and she loves being a pirate. She's a virtuous pirate, but she's a pirate all the same, and she loves being a pirate, and she loves sailing out on the ocean and having that freedom. And then she's told she's Zelda. Her name isn't even Zelda. She's told that she's a Zelda. You are Zelda. You are this. You have this power within you. And this is your job. Now we're going to lock you away in this ancient city in the bottom of the ocean. Didn't even ask her if she wanted to do that. I mean, I think she committed herself to the task because it was the right thing to do. But what happens when something being the right thing to do isn't enough to push you to meet the challenge head on, you know? I feel like that's what this game kind of tackles. This is a cycle that repeats over and over and over again. It gets like the characters are being pulled thin at this point. It's getting tiring. Not us as players, because the story is always told in a pretty much drastically different way every time. But when you realize you're a character, when you realize you are a character in a story, you are a piece of a puzzle that has been wound and spun in a picture that's been painted long before you were born. When you're told that your purpose has been written in stone at the beginning of time, what is left for you? It must be incredibly easy to lose all motivation to do anything at that point. If your whole life has been charted out for you, then what is left for you at that point? Must be the most demoralizing thing ever. She just wanted to be a scientist. She wanted to be a researcher. She wanted to discover things. That was like the moments that we've seen her happiest are when she was sitting in this field with Link talking about frogs and flowers and flora, just random things that she's learned. She wanted to be out there in the world doing things, like hands-on, actively participating in things, not trying to pray for some ancient power that she doesn't even feel, that she doesn't connect with. And then the more she went on this journey, as we see, the more she went on this journey, the more she started to resent not only her father, not only the legends, but she started to resent the gods themselves, the goddess herself. She said, "Curse you." Presumably straight to the goddess. It's like, because like, not only is she being told, right? Not only is she being told that she has been created to serve this task, to complete this legend, but then she can't even connect and get the power that she's told her whole existence is around. How awful must that be? You're not allowed to do anything else. You're not allowed to be your own person. You have to serve this. You have to serve this single function. You have one purpose for existing. And you can't even get the power you need to serve that function. Like that goes beyond just insult to injury. At that point, it's like, no wonder she's depressed in every single scene we see. And at a certain point too, I think it's important to note, when we see everybody watch her and Link come down from the one of the springs of power, from the spring of wisdom, which would be the spring that she should be most in tune with. They're not frustrated with her. They're just their reactions are very distinctly just shock, just sincere, honest shock that after all of this, like, she's still not feeling anything. At that point, whatever faith you have in these legends or your own gods has to start to waver. Because it's like, if this person and her power are our only hope for stopping Ganondorf, or Ganon rather, then why won't you give her the power? Why are you why have you disconnected yourselves from us? Ganondorf, the demon Ganon, and the gods themselves seem to just be fleeting conduits of energy in this world at this point. Formless. Just rage and light that's just slowly fading from this world. And I can't wait for Tears of the Kingdom to give us a Link and a Zelda that are existing now outside of the legends that bound them in this game. Because we already see that in this game. This is a Link that is untethered by fate. He is outside of the realm of what was supposed to happen. He is outside of the realm of legends and myths. Breath of the Wild is a Link unbound, who is existing outside of his own legend. There is no guiding point for him. He is free to go wherever and do whatever he has to do to succeed now. Tears of the Kingdom, hopefully, we get a Zelda. We get to see a Zelda who exists outside of her bonds. Because she wasn't connected with her powers at the beginning of this game. Well, at the beginning of this story. As we see in these memories. And by the end of it, I mean, it should be no spoiler at this point, but spoilers. She is disconnected from her powers once again. Although we won't see that for much later at the end of the game. Which then raises the question, here's the thing. Two things that I think would kind of put a damper on this idea that I'm expressing, these wishes that I'm expressing, is if Zelda really does die at the beginning of the next game and isn't present for even a large portion of the game, or most of the game, or all of the game, that's gonna really suck. That's gonna really suck. It's gonna feel like her character will go from like tragic to just miserable at that point, and unfair. Or if those etchings that they keep showing us are etchings of another legend that foretells of of the events that are going to happen after the events of this game, and everything was always bound by fate again, kind of like a spoilers for God of War, kind of like God of War and God of War Ragnarok, how you sort of the characters sort of find out that all of their adventure, no matter how many twists and turns happen along the way, ultimately was foretold to some extent, like years and years before they were present for the story. That might be an interesting thing. If the next game is about fate, I think that'll be interesting. If the next game doesn't talk about fate, or doesn't talk about this cycle, or draw attention to it, and just continues to be, oh, we're going on another adventure that was foretold in the legends, and we're fulfilling a grand destiny again. I feel like they've set up so much in this game to allude to destiny and the legends and the myths breaking. This is a game that exists outside of what was supposed to happen, of what was foretold to happen. So you've set it up, Nintendo. Next game, break it further. Destroy the whole thing. Let's break the cycle. Because if you break the cycle the next game, in some drastic, crazy way that nobody was expecting and nobody wants, nobody said they want, nobody's thinking about, if you break the cycle in the next game, the classic Zelda cycle, then suddenly the Zelda series is free to go anywhere from that point. You can do anything you want from that point. And that is when things get really interesting.